Do you know that feeling? You're working your trees, you do something to them, and as you're doing it you realize you've just done something really stupid? That's what happened to me just now. This pot, maybe 10 minutes ago, was full of cuttings of a yew. And they were yellow, some were starting to get brown, and I decided they are dead. So what did I do? I pulled them out of the pot. And what did I see? Some had actually started to root. These have very nice thick roots. And I took these cuttings on the one hand as an experiment to see whether a yew would root from cuttings. Well, clearly yes, they do. But also because it was one of the very few female yews that I had seen in the area. As you know, yew, they create male and female flowers. And the female flowers make the nice red berries. The male plants don't. I want female plants for bonsai because then in summer I get nice flowers. Anyway, so the question whether or not you can grow yew from cuttings is answered by yes, you can. Now you could wonder, how did I actually take these cuttings? This was very simple. Anybody can do it. Well, in fact I just took one of my yews, a female yew, and I clipped off a semi-aged branch like this, and I removed the bottom needles. Then I trimmed back the tops and had little cuttings like this. This one also, I just took off the bottoms. I used semi-matured stems, so this one has not gone brown yet. This is about a year old. This is the growth of early spring. And I used a pond basket filled with my normal substrate, and I just placed them into the substrate. Then as aftercare, I took the basket and I put it in a shaded spot, bright, not in the sun, not in the wind, and just left it there. I watered normally. I used a pond basket because it had lots of holes, and that will allow oxygen to penetrate the roots and to drain the substrate very effectively. As yew is very sensitive to wet roots, I thought this was the best way to do it, and as the results show, indeed, this was the best way to do it. Now is the second challenge. I have run out of sifted and cleaned out substrate. And it is the middle of summer. I thought I had a couple of months to get myself organized. I've got maybe 2-3 bucket loads full of substrate ready to be sifted and cleaned out. I just got myself a little bit to plant these up. I don't think they'll be concerned about it. I just have to make sure that I don't water them too much. Yew, of course, is very sensitive to water on the roots. I'm not going to do a lot of work on them right now. I'm just going to clip the main roots back so that I get a nice nevari. And you can see that here these have very long roots, and the longest roots are in the middle, and I actually don't want those long roots in the middle, so I'm just going to remove the center. So nothing extreme. I'll plant this one at the slant. That way the roots already have a nice spread to them. And at this stage you can of course do a lot more work to them. But the roots are brittle, they have just started to appear. And I'm just going to give this plant a chance to grow for the season. Don't press the soil down with your hands. Just gently tap the soil in place. Yeah, really, it is really full of dirt. But you don't want to risk breaking these brittle soil roots. And I know it is very tempting to really press down, but that is really the biggest mistake you can have when cutting up young rooted plants. This should do it. 3 more. Naturally, if you can, spreading them out does help. But be very careful, the roots are very brittle. Let's fertilize them straight away. been 3 weeks, and what you can tell, yes, the cuttings have survived and some have started to grow. I'm actually quite happy with the results so far. So go out, prune a yew, take some cuttings, drop a comment down below how you went about it and whether you were successful. Good luck, keep growing bonsai.